Boring design is the silent killer of new blogs. What if I tell you can transform your basic blog into a professional one within just few minutes, and that's also completely free. And the best part is this method works with any theme you're using on your website. This can be used with new websites and existing websites. Most of you people have website like this. You just install GeneratePress theme or Ocean WP or any other WordPress theme, and this looks really boring. Sometimes your AdSense application might be rejected. Even if the AdSense application was approved, then if somebody comes to your website, they would absolutely leave your website because the design is terrible. So in just few minutes and using only free tools, I changed this website from this boring design to this design. You can see they're the same blog post, and I have this amazing beautiful slider here, and then some highlighted blog post under the slider, place for adding the Google ads, then recent post, and then your fitness, one category post here, and then 4 blog posts, 4 column, and then yoga and meditation, which is another category. Depending on your website, you can have different categories here, but yes, design will look something like this. And in that, you can have the multiple blog posts from your website here. On the right side, the author section, and then social media profiles or social share, and in the end, the newsletter sign up. I have another version of the homepage. You can see here, we have this amazing post grid here, which looks really nice with nice animation. So if you're ready to elevate your website homepage design, then let's go and start this video. My name is Abhishek, and if it is the first time you're on this channel, I create videos regarding web development, blogging, Google Search Console, SEO, and so many other important topics like affiliate marketing. And I give a lot of important tips and tricks also in this channel. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. With that said, let's start this video. Okay, so this is our ugly website. We're going to convert this website. First of all, we'll go to the backend of the WordPress website. I'm sure if you're running the WordPress website, you already know how to log into the WordPress backend. And guys, make sure you already have some blog posts on your website. You can see I have some sample blog posts here. And guys, this tutorial is applicable to any theme you're using on your website. Just follow this tutorial and you can have this best homepage design. So right now you can see all the blog posts are showing on the homepage of the website. So what we're going to do, we're going to log in into the WordPress backend, and then go to pages and then click on add new page. So now we're going to create a new page which will be called homepage design, and then click on publish. Just publish. Now what we'll do, go to settings and then click on reading. We'll open this in new tab. In most of the cases, it will be set to your latest post. That's why all the blog posts are showing on the home page. What we're going to do, from here, we're going to click on static page. And now from here, select the page we just created. So I created this third page. I already have 2 home pages. Just ignore that. You need to select the page you just created and then click on save changes. If I refresh this page now, you can see the page is empty. Okay, now what you need to do is, because I want to help everybody who's watching this video with any theme, so we're going to install the Elementor page builder. Maybe you're using Elementor page builder, maybe you're not using Elementor page builder, but no matter what theme you're using, you can continue this tutorial using the Elementor page builder. So we're gonna hover on plugins and then click on add new plugin. And this also works with GeneratePress theme, because a lot of people create their website using GeneratePress theme and generate blogs. But just to make things easy, we're going to install Elementor. Just search here Elementor. And now we're going to click on install now. Go install, click on activate. And if the first time you're installing Elementor, you might be presented to install extra theme and other options. Just make sure skip everything. Do not install any theme. We're going to use our existing theme, which keeps things very simple for your blog website. We need to install one more plugin. So we're going to click on add new plugin, Ultimate Post Kit plugin. So you need to install this plugin. You can see Ultimate Post Kit add-on for Elementor by BD Themes. It has 20,000 plus active installation. Click on install now. If you cannot find this plugin, I will add the link in the description of this video, so you can download the plugin directly and then click on activate. Now these both plugins are installed. Now what we need to do is, we will go back to the home page which we already designed. Now if we refresh here, it's going to ask to leave page. So now because we have installed Elementor, you will see this option add with Elementor. Click on edit with Elementor. On left side, we have all the elements which we'll need to create this homepage design. You can see we have layout, basic, multiple option. We're going to close all this because we don't need all this option for now. I'm going to close all pro option, general, link in bio. But we're going to see this option here, Ultimate Post Kit. So we're going to use this element to create this design. Or what you can search here. You need to search guide. So we have this guide slider by Ultimate Post Kit plugin. We're going to drag this and we're going to drop this here. And then you can see we have this nice slider here. It looks really similar like this slider. Because I have already added the blog post on the website, that's why this slider took all the blog posts, but we can change the categories later. But first you need to add slider something like this. So you can see so easily we add this amazing slider on my website. If I just publish this page here, now if I go back and refresh the page, you can see I have the complete slider here. One more thing guys, when you are here on homepage design, if you still see the sidebar, what you need to do is click here on settings and then click on layout, and then make sure default page layout is selected to Elementor full width. If it is not selected, you might see the sidebar. So once selected, the sidebar will be disappear. Now if you click on the slider, you have all the options here. For example, if I want to decrease the height of the slider, I can use this option from here and I can decrease the height of the slider. I can adjust this how I want. If I want to disable the title, I don't want title to be appear, I just want the image, you can uncheck this option, but I will recommend you to keep the title checked. And then show category, if you want you can remove this. If you want to keep it simple, and show author also, you can see this is the author of this blog post. I can remove this author also from here. And then you have date, if I want I can also remove the date from here. And then we have query. Guys, please watch this carefully because we're going to need this a lot. So from here you can see how many blog posts you want or how many slider item you want. You can see it's selected by default 12. If you want to keep your website light, I will recommend you at first load not add more than 3 or 4 blog posts. So I'm going to add it to 4. So now only 4 blog posts will be added here. So now it shows what you want to be shown here. For in my case it's the blog post. And now include by, you can select what you want to be added here. For example, you click on this plus icon and then I select terms, and then terms, from here I can search the category. For example, if I search for fitness, then you can see category fitness here. Then only the category fitness blog post will be shown here. You can see we have only 2 blog posts here. There are only 2 blog posts from this category and they are showing here. If you want to add multiple categories, you can choose those. Start writing here. For example, I say food, and you can see food category will be added here. If I want to display all the categories here, I'll remove everything here and all the posts from every category will be shown here. Then I can order by. If I want the latest blog post first, I can sort by date. You can use multiple option here to order the different blog posts here, or you can use random to display random blog posts here. Guys, make sure you check this option only feature image blog posts, because sometimes what happens, some blog post does not have featured image, so when they will be added here they will look little bit not perfect. So make sure you check this option. And then we click on slider setting. From here you can change the settings here. For example, right now it is very fast. I'm going to change it to 15,000, which will make this a little bit slower. You can enable pause on hover. So this is how we create the first hero slider, or you can say hero section of this blog website. You can click on style, and also from here if you click on title, you can change all the typography, the colors of the titles and everything. It's really easy guys. For example, you can see the hover color is now red. I can click here and then maybe I will say green. I can select the green color from here. So now somebody hover, the color will be green. So you just need to select the element, and then from here you can change the relevant color. And I think all the section is looking real nice. I don't want to make this very complicated. I recommend you guys focus more on the quality of the content instead of designing all these things, because this video is very demanded by a lot of people and we need to have the basic good design. That's why I created this video, but focus more on writing the good content. Okay, we have created this section. Let's see what is the second section. Quick message guys, I really appreciate if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. That really boosts my morale and help the channel running. And also when you share these videos, you like these videos, you subscribe to the channel, YouTube understand this is a nice video and it will help this video to go to the more people who are in need of this kind of video, who are stuck in their blogging journey, who are not able to create a good homepage design. With that said, let's go back to the video. Okay, we have created this section. Let's see what is the second section. You can see the second section is this feature post. We'll go back to our page, and then what we'll do is search here again for buzz list carousel. So we're going to drag this, we're going to drop this here. Now you can see it will by default take the blog post from all the categories like we did on this one. We're going to select this one, and then from here we go to query. Then from here I can choose which post I want to display. For example, I can say past week, so all the blog posts written in the past will be shown here. But sometimes it can be complicated because you might not written any new blog posts in the past week. Instead, what I will say all, and then I can sort them by comment count. For example, comment count, the most people comment on the blog post, they will be shown here. And you can see when I hover this, you can also see the thumbnail of the blog post. We go to carousel setting. It's very fast, so I'm going to slow it down, and then I'm going to make it 15,000. And now if you want, you can change the column from 3, you can change it to 4, but I think 3 is a nice number. If you want, you can go for the 4 also. I'm just showing you how to do all these things so you can do yourself. You can use your own creativity. And then you also have navigation option. Whenever you add any slider, from here you can choose from arrow or you can choose the dots. These two looks fine. They have other option, but they're not so really well. So you feel free to choose anything what you want. I'm going to leave it to arrows. It looks much better. And then I'm going to publish. If I'll go back to website, if I refresh the page, you can see we successfully added the big hero slider and the featured post, whatever name you want to give to the section. It looks real nice. Third thing here we need to add is place for ads. It's not very mandatory. I'm not going to waste so much time on it. I'll just show you very quickly how we can leave some space for the advertisements. So we click here on plus and then you can choose anything. You can see flex box, then select this item. And then I click one more plus and then I'll say text and then I can add the text editor here. Here I can add the code for showing ads. Right now I'm not going to waste time on this. I'll just leave this option like this. So this is the space for ads, so you know where to add the code after. For most of you who have not applied for AdSense, you can just delete this container. You don't need this container when you're applying for Google AdSense. Let's go to the next important section. So where's the recent post here? How we create the recent post? We'll go back to our page and then this time we'll search here Herald list. We'll select Herald list carousel and then we'll drag it and drop it after this. Guys, make sure sometime what happens, we add everything in the same container. If I click on second here, you can see there's one container and everything inside this container. So instead what we can do, we can just click here on plus and then flex box and then select this option and then I drag it and I drop it inside the second container. This will really help you to reduce the DOM size, because what happens when you create multiple advertisement inside the same container, your DOM size become complicated. So make sure you're creating a new container whenever it is required. So we added this. You can see if I click on this one and then instead of 2 I can add 3. You can see we have 3 blog posts here. And now in the query, what I will do, again, if you want, you can click here and click on terms. And now in terms, you can choose any category. For example, I can select yoga and then all the blog posts for yoga related will be shown here. You can set the limit how many blog posts you want. I'll set it to 4 blog posts. And then order by date. And then if you go to additional, these options are same in all the sliders we're adding today on this home page. You can decide if you want to hide some option. For example, date I don't want, I can just hide, so date will not be shown here. It looks much cleaner here, you can see. And then we have navigation. You can always choose what you want, arrow, or if you want dots, I'll change to dots because we already have added arrow here, so it looks much better like dots here. And then carousel, I will again do it 15,000 because this is really fast changing right now. Okay, it looks real nice, but we need to add this heading here, recent post. How we can do that? So I click here on plus and then I'll search your heading, drag this heading and drop it here. So you have the heading here, and heading we'll just change it to recent post. And once you add it here, you can see we select this. Now we go to style, and then from here text color we're going to change it to whatever the default color is here. We change it to black. Looks real nice with the design. If you want, you can choose any different color depending on your website color theme. And you can click on typography. And then from here, instead of Roboto, you can select the Rubik Mono 1. Guys, normally if your website is slow, do not select these kind of text. Keep everything default. But yes, this looks real nice. So I thought, why not? I can show you. It looks really good. If you are using best hosting, your website will not be slow. If you want to know what hosting I use, if you want my recommendation, check the link in description. So you can use how many fonts you want. You can add beautiful high quality image on website. And websites will be still fast for the visitors. So make sure you check the links in the description for the best hosting, which will keep your website fast. That also helps to get Google AdSense approval, because when you use good hosting, your website is always online, and when Google bots come to your website, everything's fine. If I exchange it to around, I think 39 or 40, looks real nice and recent post. What else I can do? I can click on advanced on heading here, and then I unlink the values. On the top, I'll get the margin, for example, 20 pixel. So a little bit separated from the top section, or a little bit more. I select again and then maybe instead of 20 I can do it 30. Okay, looks real nice. Okay, now let's go to other section. You can see fitness. We're going to add this slider from one category. I highly recommend you guys, when you're creating a website, make sure you have at least 4 or 5 categories on your website. You can see I have exercise, yoga, fitness, food. I have already 4 categories on website created. And every category should have 4 or 5 blog posts if you're going to apply for Google AdSense. I created a complete video about it, that how you can create these categories, more info that how many blog posts should have. The complete detailed video will be linked in description. So make sure you watch that video once you finish watching this video. If you want, you can watch that video first and then you can come back on this video. So this time we're gonna search here alter. We're gonna select alter carousel and we're gonna add it here. And guys, one more thing, we already have this recent post here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna right click on this, I'm gonna duplicate, and then I will drag it and drop it just before our new element. And then again this heading, I'm gonna go to advanced, and the top I think I should do 50 this time, so it is a little bit separated, or maybe 60 would be fine. Okay, 60 is fine, but I want this on the left side, you can see here, and the category name is on the left side. So we'll select this one and then go to styles, and then we're gonna align it to left, so it's on the left side. And then name your category which you want to show here. For example, I'm gonna show fitness, and then I select on the blog post here, and then from query here I will make sure I include by plus terms, and then I choose my category. If you have 3 or 4 categories, make sure you choose only one category here. So I'm gonna click fitness, and you can see now the fitness post will be shown here. You can see all the posts from fitness is shown here, and there is a limit how many posts should be shown. If you want, you can keep this text here. In my case, I have removed the text. In this example, you can see I have removed the text. I think if you want to keep the text, it looks real nice. So let's do one thing, let's keep the text here. If you want to hide the text, you can select this again, and then you can go to additional, then you can hide the text from here. But let's do one thing, let's keep the text, it looks much better. We're going to keep the text. Now we already have this section created. What we'll do, we have this complete container here, right click this and then duplicate it. So you can see we created this new container very fast, which will be our next element we will design. You can see food and nutrition, we have 4 columns here. If you don't want to duplicate it, what you can do, you can again add one heading and add this slider how I told you, but for most of you guys, you can just right click here and duplicate, which is much easier. So this is food and nutrition category, so I'll give it a heading food, and this font looks real nice. Let me know what do you think about this font. I'm really happy to hear your view on this font in the comments. Now you can see it looks very similar. If you want, you can keep it to 3 columns, but just to make things better design, I'll change it to 4. What if I do 5? How it looks like? Let's do experiment. Okay, this looks not very good. Let's change it to 4. And now I don't want this text is too much, so what I'll do, just click here and then go to additional and then show text. I will hide the text, so I have only this section here. One more thing here guys, if I click on this and then I will make sure I'll go to query and select only the blog post, not from category, because we copied this slider from here, so categories is also copied. I will remove the category from here and then I'll search for food, and I can see a food category here. So you can see we have all blog posts for the food category. I have only 3 blog posts from here, but when you have more blog posts, they will be shown here. If you have less blog posts, you can just click here and then go to layout. Instead of 4, I will just do 3. So you can see the 3 blog posts shown here. They are same blog posts showing 3 times because I have cloned the blog post just to create this tutorial. Now let's go third one, which is yoga and meditation. In your case, it will be a different category. What I will do, same thing, right click, duplicate, and now this I will change to yoga and meditation. Guys, I'll be really happy to know what kind of website you're creating. If you want to share with me what is the niche of your website, you want to help other bloggers also, please comment down what kind of website you're creating, what is your niche. Okay, now what we'll do again, we'll select here and then we'll go to query, and then instead of food, I'll select yoga. So now the yoga related post will be shown here. You can see the 3 blog posts here. Looks real nice. Let's go back to our new section. Now we have this blog post here and we have this section here. So we'll go back to a page. This time we click on a plus icon and then flex, and then we select this structure. You can see it's selected here, but what we'll do, we'll drag it. We'll make the first column 75%, around 75%, and then leave it second there. So here we're going to add the buzz list again. You see which one we added here. This slider buzz list looks real nice. And now I select here buzz list, not the buzz carousel. Buzz carousel is this one we have added here just under the hero slider. We're going to add the buzz list. So we're going to drag buzz list and we're going to add in the first column here. Looks real nice. And in the second one, we're going to click here plus, and then we're going to search here author, and we're gonna select this author, this one. Make sure guys, we're using this one, not this one. And we're gonna drag it and drop it here. And then you can see it looks not real nice. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna click on this one, and then instead of column 4, we're gonna add 1. So you can see by default the image is here. If you cannot see the image here, guys, because you need to go to user here and then go to profile, and then from here in the end make sure you add your image here. So it will be by default shown here, and you can see all the posts shown by this person, and all these links from here will be shown here directly. There are a lot of things here. Let's do one thing. Let's remove the dates. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to remove date. I don't want date to be shown here, and also author, I don't want author. It looks much better like this. And of course you can always go to query. If you have multiple blog posts here, you can choose how much blog posts you want. For example, if I set it 12, then 12 blog posts will be shown here. In my case, I have only 8 blog posts, so only 8 is shown here. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's make it to 6. You can keep it to how much you want. I'll just keep it to 6. Now we still have some space. So let's go back to example design. So you can see we have this sign up newsletter here, anywhere on the page. And then we'll search newsletter. And then we have this newsletter icon here. We'll drag it, drop it here. Then if I click on this one, you can see all the options here. So instead of email, I'll just write it sign up for newsletter, enter email. And then you have this button here, sign up button. I can click on this. If you want, you can change it to anything. For example, you can write send or anything. Just use your creativity, whatever looks better. And then I'll go to styles, and border type, I'll say solid, and then border width 1 pixel. And you can see it looks much better now. So if I click on publish, if I refresh the page, you can see it looks much better. The slider is working. We have this another slider, recent post, fitness, 3 different categories, and then in the end multiple blocks. You can set it to how many you want. And if you talk about another design, you can see this design here. If we don't want this big slider here, what we can do instead, we can add another slider, this one like I shown you. So what we'll do, we'll right click here and then delete this one. And what we'll do, click on plus here, and then we'll search here LX grid, and then drag it and we'll drop it here. You can see by default all the blog posts shown here. It's so easy, guys. I hope you're finding this tutorial very easy. This plugin is real nice. It does a lot of work. So once you select on this one, you can again select different styles are there. If you want this one, you want this one, another one, you can choose this one. And there's one more style here, style 3. You can see another style looks really nice. If I show you Ultimate Post, there are a lot of different kind of sliders here, but I have tested all of them and this configuration works really nice. But feel free to use your own creativity. If you want, you can check other slider what they have. You can just use them. You can, for example, like Alice Grid, you can select it and drag it and drop it somewhere on the page. And then you have this kind of beautiful blog post design here. And you can always change the things how I explained. You saw we just use only free resources and we change this homepage design from the ugly one to this so professional, good looking one. And one more thing, guys, header and footer are really important. I'm not going to cover those things in this tutorial. I will add the link in the description. I created a video on my channel. You can see there's a video on my channel. I've created this. It already has 34,000 views. How you can create the header and footer of your website, a professional one, with using free resources. So make sure to check that video link in the description. If you get any value from this video, I really appreciate if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please share this video with your fellow blogger who is stuck already with this kind of website design which looks really terrible. I hope you created your homepage design successfully. Now if you want to apply for Google AdSense, check this video on screen, or if you want to increase the website speed, check this other video on screen. And guys, please check the description. I will add so many interesting videos which will really help you in your blogging journey.